Now, guys, I'm back to you again, and it seems a little similar to what I talked about last week, but a few people kind of said to me, does it get easier? Now, I actually did a video on this before, and a friend of mine said, you know what, you should do a video on that again. So, does it get easier? Does going to the gym, changing your lifestyle, changing your food, do these things get easier? Is it worth it? Is it worth my time? Is it worth making this change? Is it? That's a difficult question for a lot of people, but the reality is that you just have to decide what you want to be and do you want to get there. It's like if you have this idea that you want to be fitter and you want to be healthier, or you know that you need to be, maybe for your family, maybe for your kids, maybe you need to be a fitter individual, to be a better person for those around you. If you're constantly low on energy, if you're find yourself very angry and contrary a lot of the time, a lot of times this is because, your body's not happy in the way it's being treated. And that's its way of showing it. And these changes are not easy. You've been living in a certain way for many, many years. If you've been 5 years of a routine, doing the things you have done, maybe it'll take 5 years to change them. It might take 5 years for them to feel natural. It might never feel natural. But you need to ask yourself, what's the benefit? Like for myself, I was very, very heavy when I was in my mid-20s. And that is something I changed. I have never gotten that heavy again. Okay? Now, I've been all the way down to something like a photo shoot shape a few years ago, and I'm nowhere near that now. Now, it's very easy for me to look at the negative side of it and say that, oh, I had that and I lost it. But I need to look at what did I gain in the net. I still have an active lifestyle. I still do train nowhere near as regular as I should. I always seem to get distracted by work and the like. That's okay. There's phases of time where other things are priority. Your training cannot always be priority, but I do strongly believe it is like your medical care. It does need to be done. You do need to go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, even if it's an easy workout, to do something, to keep the body from completely eating its own muscle. You need to do something, and this is the biggest thing we see with the elder generation. When they just sit and do nothing, it leads to a lot of degradation, and this is why retirement doesn't work out well for a lot of people. It's because they get entirely inactive. We do need some degree of activity in our lives. Now, does the gym get easier going to it? It can. It becomes a routine. You don't think about the suffering of flossing or brushing your teeth. It just becomes part of your lifestyle, and that's what you need to do. It does get easier to get there. At a certain time, you'll find that every morning it's difficult to get out of bed, and every training it's difficult to get there, and every exercise feels like a struggle. Over time, it's going to be maybe just half the mornings it's difficult to get out of bed, or maybe you just don't feel quite as bad. Some of those exercises, you might not ever grow to love them, but maybe they won't feel impossible. And this takes time. This takes discipline. The comparison I always make is when we were young and we were all playing hurling or football. Hurling's a good example. Nobody went out there and expected to be rising a slitter off the ground and pucking it down the field in their first go. No one. Everybody knows that took hours, weeks, months of practice to even get competent, and even longer to make it natural and to make it easy. This is life. You can't expect something to happen overnight. You can't expect life change to happen in a week. You can't expect your routine to be completely overturned in a day. It does take discipline, and it does require you to think about, what am I looking to gain out of this? And it's not going to be a linear path. It's not going to be there directly in 1 week. You're not going to have it straight away. It's going to take time. It is about making it a habit in your lifestyle, like flossing your teeth. You wouldn't floss your teeth every night for 30 days and then not do it for the rest of the year and somehow expect the benefit to be made from it. Nobody expects that, but for some reason everyone expects that from a gym. So does it get easier? It does if you let it. It does if you make it part of your routine. It does if you don't bite off more than you can chew in the beginning. There's nothing wrong with training twice a week to start. It's a lot more important to train twice a week for a year and get 100 trainings in than to train 3 times a week for 2 weeks and get 6. Or even 5 times a week for 2 weeks and get 10. Those 104 trainings far outweigh the 10. And that's what people want to do it all at once. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. So it does get easier. It feels more natural. You level up. The exercises get harder. In a good gym, it'll probably never feel very much easier because they're always making those exercises harder, those sneaky coaches. Dave will tell you all about that. You just level up. That's what happens. And again, I should say hello to Dave. I hope he's having a great holiday. He's in one of the Spanish islands. I keep forgetting which one, but I hope he's having some sun because we certainly don't have it here. But thankfully we have a lack of rain. But nonetheless, anyways, just think about it. Think about what you're actually looking to get out of the gym, and are you actually taking the steps to get you there? And we'll get back next week. It'll be getting near the end of the year. We're drawing to the end of November. I hope people are getting their Christmas shopping ready. And a free tip, I'll actually, you know what, Thursday I'm going to do another Facebook Live, and I'm going to give you some great shopping tips because it's that time of year. So take care, talk soon, have a good one.